Welcome, guys. Started it up.
Boy,
Welcome to the Hate at Late,
I'm in there, boys.
bro. It's all because I was like fucking around with some new stuff, but you know.
Right.
Oh, bro. Cool. Anyway, you're joined here with me, Stu, and we've got Ewan, Smooth, and Ben. I'm not introducing you guys like last week. They went on for too long.
Yeah, that was awkward, man.
Yeah.
Good.
It's like, hey guys.
Hey guys, kia ora.
Just be the man like me. Sweet.
Oh, okay then.
Can you write a
yeah.
game facts for me, Ewan?
Oh, we're live, eh?
Yeah.
We are live. Oh my lordy. Cool. Anyway,
This is a great start. I love it.
I know. I'm just fucking around with the game as well. So let's just start off right with the bat.
No.
Bro, what happened?
Please.
What happened at
Shut up.
the recent tournament that went down this weekend in Auckland?
What happened? A bunch of things, Stu. What would you like to know?
I'd like to know who ended up taking out the tournament.
You were there. Well, first of all, you were there,
Well,
weren't you?
obviously, I think I was.
So
I didn't
why are you
catch much
asking
of the game.
questions about it?
He's trying to inform the public, but we don't
Okay,
want
so you got to ask questions about,
Okay.
what the public want to know, Stu. So
Okay.
what do the public want to know, Stu?
So who ended up taking out Street Fighter V? That was like the first legit tournament, not including those other two tournaments that went on earlier this year. So who took it out?
So Andy,
Sosla,
Zosla, Zoz, 2B God, that guy there, he took out
Andy
the tournament.
High, Andy Leong, Andy with an I, Andy with a Y.
Yep. We had Rumble in second and Wazza in third. And we won't mention the other guys because we could just keep going and going, but good shit to everyone else who plays Sai.
Did you guys notice that the stream actually died at the end of the night?
Yeah, I didn't know about that, but then when I got home, I had a message from Lenny going, "Oh, who won?"
Yeah.
Like me and Sol were looking at it and we're thinking, oh yeah, it caught it all the way until the end when Sol was wanting to play his video. And then it wasn't
Right.
until the next day when I was like, oh, GG's internet.
True.
Right. And it was like right at the last round as well, like the round that Andy actually took it.
The cliffhanger.
Yeah. Right.
Bro,
Next time.
do a replay at the Rambats.
Yep. Man. Welcome
Yeah.
welcome to the first tournament. Nobody saw the winner.
Yeah. But what
Can't
they
even-
did see was pretty good. They managed to hang around to that time.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
String Warriors. Yep.
What time did it
Um,
finish?
Or
Oh shit,
I'm gonna
actually.
watch it later
11, I
tonight.
think the tournament finished.
11.
I think just before 11 the tournament finished.
It was
Yeah.
long gone.
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch it tonight because I could only watch. I was up north and I was on 3G and it was destroying my work data and I didn't want
Yeah.
to get in heaps of shit. So I'd like watch it for 5 minutes and then turn it off and then turn it back on. And, yeah, so I didn't really see much of it really, to be honest. I hopped on and some shit in chat and then I disconnected and jumped back on. And so I'll be interested to watch it.
Yep. Yeah, I think the top 8 was pretty good. I didn't see any of the top 16. Yeah, top 8's well worth watching.
Did they stream all of top 16 or was it just top 8?
No, not all of it made it onto stream
Okay.
because of time constraints and Marvel.
Yeah. Basically,
Yeah.
Marvel kind of took over the stream, which it really shouldn't have, but that's what happened.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that.
Right, like, to
That
be
no one
honest,
really wants.
There's probably something for That's an executive decision. That's something for them to talk about and decide in the future. I don't know. We could
So,
talk about it, but
bro, I'm
I
going to
don't
talk
know.
about
Is
it.
it going to make any difference?
Probably
Okay,
not.
you gonna?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, to be honest, like, do you think that the hype will still be around once Nats comes for that
For
game?
what?
For
For
Street Fighter
Marvel
Five.
or for
No,
Street Fighter?
Marvel.
Nah.
It's. I would say there's no hype around it anyway, but yeah, I would say the only hype that is even in this community is like there's a love for the game, but then there's the hype, and the only hype at the moment is for Street Fighter Five.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Because the fact
everyone
is
who's
that yeah, sorry, you go. Swift.
like everyone who's hyped for Marvel is already there, right? It's the same as Guilty Gear, like we were talking about it there. Like
Yeah,
anyone who actually wants to watch it is gonna be at the tournament and it's probably like who would have been watching that would have actually wanted to watch Marvel? Probably you and
yeah, like
Yeah.
they probably don't mind watching Marvel, but when you know that you could be missing a good top 16 match on the new game that's much more competitive
Yeah.
than
Yeah. Good
Marvel is
point.
at the
Good point.
moment,
Yeah.
yeah.
like I'm sure everyone would, it was kind of cool that we had the Malaysian guy. I can't quite remember his tag, something about girls and
Girls
butter. I
like
don't know.
butter.
But that was cool that he was there and he put up a pretty good show. He came third, just losing to Dafford.
Yeah.
But besides that, nothing really changed. Mason won. Then came Dafford came
Definitely
second,
came
and then
second.
that new guy, and then Seb came fourth. It's all kind of pretty typical.
Yep.
And the fact is, none of those guys are really even practicing the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Seb is, I don't know. I know some
Right.
people are playing it, and it's
Yeah.
fine. Like people playing the game for the love, but that's those are the people at the tournament. Just like Smith was saying, people want if anyone's at home watching, they probably want to watch Street Fighter 5 because it's interesting.
Yeah.
Even the top 16 was kind of interesting. Like it was, most of the staples were there. Like the staples won the tournament and placed really high, but there was still some new faces up in the top 16 in that.
Yeah.
And
Most
even
certainly.
in like the winners and losers sides of the losers finals and that of the brackets.
And there was
So
also
yeah,
and there was also some people that proved themselves, and some others that unfortunately fell short.
yeah.
But
And then
Yeah.
and those kind of matches, you might I don't know exactly how the stream went, but like some people who did really well in the brackets suddenly didn't get to play their matches on the stream and it's like disappeared into nowhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
yeah,
I think that's a bit stink.
yeah,
Especially when they did well and people were maybe talking shit about them, and then they kind of proved themselves.
yeah. I think also possibly in the future I'm going to hint it over to Dave, but there is an app that the Smash community use, which is that basically helps out people when they're organising tournaments and who to put on stream and who to put on other setups, because it
Is it the
basically
Smash GG thing?
yeah. And like
Yeah.
when I was looking after Hambats, I was using that as well, just to be able to go, oh, okay, boom, you guys, if I was streaming, you guys go over there because you guys are the, higher
Is it like
ranked.
top seeds always go on
Yeah,
stream kind of thing?
yeah,
Oh, rank.
or the interesting ones, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
so,
sure. I
like,
think Dave's actually looked at that.
because I think it might help out just with the flow of the tournament as well, because it won't give you like a seeded match that's not due to be played before some other matches. So
Yeah.
it evenly goes, okay, to be able to get you to this point, let's play these matches, and these matches, once they're
Yeah.
done, then it'll open up all of these other matches,
Yeah.
which is something
Yeah.
that unfortunately Dave and them don't have when they're looking at either paper brackets or a iPad. So it just makes their job probably a lot easier.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I think another thing was, and I don't know the other thing to talk about, and I don't know necessarily what the reasoning was behind it. So there might be valid reasons that I'm missing, but I think the pool system that was used was unnecessary.
You mean like
goodness, just having eight. I think it was eight separate pools, eight-man pools. I felt like one, you're almost definitely going to have double jeopardy cases. Like I think everyone just about played, the same person twice. You only get I don't know if it actually works out like this, but you get a limited amount of matches.
Yeah.
yeah?
You know, um,
I
don't
think
know.
like the
I
way
think
that
it
the
was.
pools were constructed as well, like it wasn't like I don't think it was entirely fair to all the players. Like other
Yeah,
people might have got to play more games or like less games and stuff, and like if you looked at the pool, some pools were obviously more stacked than others for whatever reason.
yeah, and I don't know. I know there was an intention there, and it was executed well in terms of the intention. So
Yeah,
I guess you got to look at whether that intention is justifiable, which is keeping out of towners split up so they don't fight each other. It means that some people get easier brackets and stuff like that.
I think
But
now that
again, you
I was just gonna say, I think that
yeah.
now that since the game is out and like it's probably hard because there wasn't really any true seedings to be done with those people as well. Like I think if the seeding was done correctly with the out of towners seeded by their ranking battles or whatever, and oh, what was that?
Hide.
Oh, bro, the guest star.
but
The guest star
I
line.
guess
Right.
in your
Uh,
saying Stu?
yeah,
Yeah, so I was saying that probably when it comes to nets, at least if the ranking is going the wrong way. As long as the rankings are considered, I think it'll probably be a little bit better than this last one. But props to Dave. He did.
I think the rankings were considered. They
Uh,
were actually considered. It was just a case of considering rankings and then trying to also keep out of towners from playing each other. But then, Aucklanders play each other.
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't seem it's not really equal, and it ended up having some brackets being stacked and some not being so stacked. Just in the
yeah. And if you watch top 16, like some of the people who got out, they end up just kind of getting blown up.
yeah.
what do you mean by
I
it?
don't
But I
know.
mean, they still had to get
That's
past
always
people,
going to.
though.
That's
I wouldn't
always
bring
gonna
that
happen,
into
but
it.
I'm just saying that like
No, I don't think that's fair to say
Yeah,
that.
I wouldn't say that either because I mean the people that were in there, well, honestly, I haven't looked at this community for a long time, so I don't even know. But the people that I saw in there were, they deserved it. They obviously beat whoever
Yeah,
else that they
no.
had
On
to.
the day they deserved it.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
So
I
I
don't
mean,
think
Alright.
it's not, you know,
it's
if
not
you
about
lost to these people,
that.
then
That's
you
going
lost
to
to these
happen
people.
anyway.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's regardless. Like I mean, it's random as well. So like as much as you can do, like putting in rankings. Either if you're not at a higher rank, then you're gonna obviously get a higher ranked person as one of your first like opponent. Sometimes the pools or the bracket that you're sitting in is unfortunately going to be out even because maybe the people that are not actually ranked are still like really good players, and unfortunately you just have to you know stick with that. So, but
I
anyway,
just don't think it really applies. Like, it's a small country. We're a small country as it is, and the fact is, we don't. You could say, Auckland is, you know, don't have to play Aucklanders or whatever. But we don't play each other all that much. Like we all have like our little groups that play each other. So I might be a bit pissed off if I have to play Smurf, but I just eat it. So why can't everyone else, just eat it? Because the fact is we don't play all of this big community in Auckland. We have our little secret hubs, and then we come together at our tournaments.
yeah.
yeah. That's true.
Like honestly, if it
So I
okay,
think
I'm gonna say honestly, if it was me that was running it, I would have just been because I have a hard stance on everyone anyway, so it would have been the rankings, and then I would have judged those rankings based on the city and the amount of people in the tournaments that you guys had. So you know, because it's kind of hard when it comes to Wellington, who have what 7 people? I don't know. How many people are in
I
Wellington
think
that actually
they've got,
actively go to
they're
the
filling up
Ramblers?
a bracket, a 16-man bracket, but like in terms of top players, they've maybe got like 5
Yeah.
players.
It's
Okay.
kind of hard to seed everyone on a new game too, though. Like,
That's why
it's the
we were
second
just
tournament.
seeding based off tournament results. But the thing is, like, you had regional tournaments, and then like at some of the regional tournaments, like Hambats, for example, Auckland won, but then they gave like Hamilton like still kind of priority, if you know what I mean. Even though like top 4, top 5 from Hambats was open. Not saying that Hamilton players are bad or whatever. Like, I mean, I do see Charlie playing well. I have to say it. Like, I have to say, he played well, man. Like,
Bro.
I can't give a shit for the way he played.
Doing
He
a
actually
Rolling
played well.
Thunder. Jeez. Okay. But
No,
like,
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like when you do seating like that, I don't think it's entirely fair, and I think that everyone can kind of agree with that.
okay. Well, maybe I'll have a look and see what the bracket would have looked like. That'd be like a fun experiment, just to see what it could have been.
What it could have looked like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I'm not too sure. Like, I don't understand. I'm not a big fan when it comes to the doing the games in pools. I mean, it might be good for the organizers, but I thought that, like, you know, it's a double limb, so people are gonna lose. They lose twice, they're out.
Yeah, I just think it just kills the variety in the tournament. You like, when you're in a
Yeah.
big thing, you when you're in a big bracket, okay, that's my path, and I can see that path clearly. But as soon as you get chucked into the losers bracket, you don't know what the fuck's going on because you don't know where they're going to chuck you in a bracket.
Yeah,
So it's like it can change it up, and it can give you like a bit of, you have a bit of a very, you could have a different path. You might not meet that bad matchup, or you might not play that same person again. Who already
yeah,
you might come up to this one person who just has your number, and then in the small pooled environment, you just have to fucking fight them again and try and blast through them. It's just kind of, I don't know. I think it's a bit shit.
Yeah.
definitely.
It's pool environment's great when you've got thousands or hundreds of people. We don't have that. We've only got, I think we had under a 64-man bracket.
Yeah, we
So I
had
don't
50.
see why we can't do a 64-man bracket.
I think you guys had
Yeah,
just
like,
right
I
on
think-
64. Yeah.
I think if we split the pool, like even if we just ran like 2 pools, it's still like reasonably
Yeah.
variety. I guess running 2 pools, we don't really need to split it. Like, it's kind of pointless in that case because splitting it up is just retarded. But yeah, like,
I reckon, yeah, 2 pools is probably the safe bet because then you can go on to whatever number you need to after that if you somehow pass 64,
yeah.
which is possible. I don't know. Maybe we'll get more numbers at nationals. Maybe we won't. I don't know. It'll be interesting. We had
I
a lot of
don't
people.
think-
That was the biggest single tournament we've had, I think.
Yeah, I don't
Which is
think
pretty
we'll
cool.
get much more, like, if you know what I mean. Because if you look, pretty much everyone showed up. The people who didn't show up, like, you can count on, like probably, it's less than 10 people, really, like,
Yeah.
people who could have been there
People
and
who
could have
might
played
come,
but didn't
yeah.
show up.
Is that
Yeah.
Is
So you
that-
got some of the Hamilton players and like Nick and Nat down in Christchurch.
Yeah, like 3
Maybe
days
some
in
Wellington
Christchurch.
players. I don't think so though. Like
Moose is alright. Moose and maybe Chuck, if
Oh,
he,
Chuck.
like,
Yeah.
and that's it.
But yeah,
But that's
exactly. You're
Yeah.
talking about 10 people maybe.
and then like
maybe
you
new players
and
come in.
Ewan and stuff.
Oh, you can't forget the U man.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I mean. It's like what?
bro?
I
Not
think
that you
Dempsey
dad.
in a way as well. It's just
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it was on Easter weekend is just not the one.
A
Yeah.
bit off for some people. Dave
And we're going to
actually-
probably have drop offs.
Yeah.
That's just the reality. We're going to have some people drop off it, but hopefully we have some people pick it up.
Yeah.
Maybe even some people who are there who were playing other games went, oh, that looked pretty cool. And then we'll decide to play it. Who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Maybe.
It was a good event. There was a lot of new faces.
Yep.
There was a lot of different competitors in there. There was people from Smash. There was new people from, you know, the online and Twitch community as well. It was quite diverse. It was really nice. Like it's been
Yeah,
ages
I
since
think
I've gone to
the
like
Well,
a
I mean,
tournament where I've seen so many different people for
yeah
a pretty brand new game and
yeah
people having fun. It was good.
yeah.
yeah.
What was the venue like?
It was
You been
the.
there, Ewan?
Have you never been to the First Blood? Did you go last year
It
or the
was
year
the
before?
same last year. I don't think you went last year.
No, you didn't go
I
last
don't
year
know.
because I had
I
the
don't know.
arcade set up
Yeah.
there. Um,
Uh,
did you go the year before?
I don't know.
Oh, bro. The Udadism.
But yeah, whatever.
Forgetting everything now.
It's a good venue.
It is good. It's pretty hot. Um, but that can't be helped because there's so many
It's
things.
easy to get outside.
Yeah,
to
very
be
easy.
honest, it was better than a lot of like we've had far worse venues in the past. It actually had air conditioning. It was doing its best. We've had some pretty shitters in the past.
Well, yeah, you compare it, yeah,
Yeah,
to
like
those
the
days, the
venues
early
these days are
days.
pretty damn good
Oh, bro.
compared to what we've had in the past.
Are we talking about the what was it? Giga,
Our Giga
Not
used to be
just,
shit.
bro.
not just.
The oh look at that. Got a toilet. Oh wait, no toilet paper.
Oh
Never
wait,
mind. GG's.
no toilet paper. I
GG's.
have to stand at the door. Um, yeah.
No, like the venue's all good, and I mean
Then-
for what um for what it's worth, it's got the room and it does the job. I mean, there's
Yeah.
unfortunately because it's Auckland, and you can't find like places that
Mhm.
are definitely worth the money. Instead of being an arm in the
Mhm.
league just to be able to rent it out, it's just a bit sad. But what can you do?
It's just it is a pain out here.
Unless you
It
unless you
sounds like
move
it
it
seems
to
like
move it to Hamilton.
yeah.
Well, every other place is free to host their own major or try.
Bro, you can host a
I'm
major,
sure if you
but not the
talk.
nationals, though.
Oh, not nationals now.
Nah, but I mean,
Dave will
like,
sort that out. And like last year's
okay.
nationals venue was awesome.
Yeah,
I
that's
know
Yeah,
not
it
last
was
year's
a
net
not the
was
case anymore.
mean.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think it was a bit maybe outside the budget or whatever, but it was awesome.
Nah,
It
that
was
place
awesome
doesn't exist
venue.
anymore anyway.
yeah, that's
Oh,
the
really?
reason. Yeah, it's been
Yeah.
that area has been demolished. Dave was talking about it on the weekend. So basically,
Jesus,
that venue is
that was like really new, wasn't it?
no, like the building
Wow,
itself is old. So all of those buildings around there have been renovated. And I think they moved
Oh,
to
okay.
a newer location within the CBD, but it's way more expensive.
Okay.
Alright.
Dave's done a good job with the venues, so
It's like, come on, Len, get
I
the
have-
Sky City hookups.
Bro.
Hook up the community,
It's
G.
expensive.
All he has to do is like sing a lullaby or something to them. Woo them.
I'm alright with Dave losing an arm and a
Do a
leg. But
waiata.
I don't want to think of my own as well, you know.
Fuck, you wouldn't give your own anyway. You wouldn't give your own if it was like your only son dying to AIDS that you
Whoa.
gave him.
Well, I think the rest of the Auckland community will attest that I'm good guy
Alright.
smoothie.
Ooh,
Go smooth.
go smooth.
It's a bit presumptuous, isn't it? It's true.
Nah, G. I believe in you guys like you guys believe in me.
Yeah.
I believed in you once.
What else? The Smash tournament was really they had a lot of entrance in that too, so that seems to be growing
Yeah, it was good.
along
They had
at a
the
similar kind of rate. That,
guys from the
Yeah,
Australia as well. So
yeah,
Wow.
they had their own stream as well, eh? They went the
Uh-huh.
whole time.
all right, Understanding Fest 2.
and so hopefully they get more familiar with that and they can look after it better in the future.
Yeah.
What else? Oh, the other thing I know this is a beating old whatever dead horse, but I think the other games some of the smaller games need to be scrapped.
Yeah, like Marvel and
What do you guys think?
Guilty Gear,
Uh,
definitely.
I don't think Marvel needs to be scrapped.
Mortal Kombat,
I think
yes.
I think Mortal Kombat needs to be scrapped.
Mortal Kombat and Guilty Gear needs to be scrapped because it's not getting any
no,
new people in.
Realistically, Guilty Gear needs to be scrapped. Yeah, it's not getting people in, and
It's already
it's
got only
actually
a
more.
small.
It's just more of a distraction. Like even people who are playing it were just like, oh, whatever on the day.
Basically,
They're
yeah.
just doing
Yeah.
it for a laugh. But really, it just became a hindrance.
Mm.
Like if you had those free setups, you know, especially with the Mortal Kombat, if those could have been PS4 setups, you know, for extra tournament setups, whatever, extra casual setups, I think would
Maybe
have been a lot better.
even yeah, and just see how it goes because obviously everyone's pretty keen to play Street Fighter 5 because it's just come out, so you
But
really need
Yeah.
as many setups as you can get for that game.
yeah,
that
and
was the biggest Guilty Gear setup we've had, though, isn't it? I mean, like, bracket.
It was the biggest, but it was probably less competitive than our first one, to be honest. You know, like no one gave a fuck.
Oh,
No one
yeah,
really
actually,
gave a
yeah,
fuck
that's
about it.
true.
yeah,
And I'm the one who won the fucking tournament, so
Yeah,
I'm the one saying to scrap it. So, um,
yeah, I
you
guess
know, I want games. You know, I want the games to be played for a
That are
reason.
yeah,
competitive.
You know, not just competitive, but like I want people to like them. I don't care if it's not competitive and it's 8 dudes standing around fucking mashing on the sticks. You know, as long as people want to play, not just people just going, oh, whatever. Well, I'll just enter that. It's just it makes the rest of the day harder and longer.
yeah.
mm,
What could be a really enjoyable Street Fighter Five, Marvel, and Smash tournament turns into this slightly longer thing with these all these little side games that just make it harder rather than it makes it harder and makes the day takes the flow away from the day. I think.
yeah.
That was my complaint
What
to
do you
Dave
think? Just
when he first announced First Blood. Was that there was too many games, and
Mm-hmm.
thank God for whatever reason he didn't do the Street Fighter 4 invitational
Bloodsport.
bullshit
Oh
lol one.
God. Yeah.
Because man, nobody
Well,
wants to watch
there
that.
was that. There was that invitational, and then there was going to be the Alpha 3 Kumite with Lenny as well. So there's two other things.
Yeah, but the community was like more of a
Mm,
just drop in, drop out kind of thing. Because we knew that Len
the
was
only
going to
one
lose
who
so
really
early.
had to be committed was
GG's.
Lenny.
GG's, Len.
Re.
Ah, so hateful, Stu.
Bro.
I like
He
it.
Even
ran
yeah,
away from
just
the Kumari,
I
so
think
fuck
like
him.
ooh
Ooh.
yeah that Lynn.
I heard him deep.
Um, side tournaments can still happen if people want to do. That's the thing, like those little games. If people want to do them, they can do them.
Yeah, that's
But
the thing. It
they
doesn't
have
need to be a
that
main contender on
the
the
main
actual.
tournament. It just
Yeah.
does not need to be a main tournament. In fact, there doesn't even need to be money involved with those games. If people really want to play them, they'll play.
Yeah.
They should
Yeah,
play the
but
games. And the
we had
fact
like a third
is,
strike.
no one was playing the Guilty Gear. Like there was maybe one or two people playing the Guilty Gear, even when there was a free setup there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So people just don't care, or just don't care at the moment.
Hmm.
yeah.
So
What? So just wait for Revelator, maybe, possibly.
Possibly, but even then, I think
Yeah, I
it's
know.
just going to be the
Yeah,
same experience. We already know what happens, unless these are some kind of magical demand, which
yeah.
there never
Okay.
seems to be. It just I know I've played all of these side games. I know what happens to them.
Yeah, I guess you
Nothing's
play
going to
like
change. There's Street
Generations
Fighter
blah
and
blah
there's
blah.
Smash and there's Marvel.
I don't know.
And that's
Marvel.
it.
I don't know about Marvel.
Marvel's still decent enough in terms of the fact that there's competition there.
Possibly, but I don't know if it's
It's
worthwhile to organize a tournament to do it though. So, I
mm,
mean,
the fact that it's still on Evo, and you have someone like Mason or whatever going to Evo, and you got a few guys who still want to compete with it internationally. I think that's fair enough. none of us Gear players or Mortal Kombat players are thinking about going to Australia or America to play that game.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
That would be my only real argument for it.
Yeah.
And it's played at a decent level.
Decent enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe. Nah, yeah, I guess.
Maybe. Yeah.
Like, it'll be...
What else is on the...
Oh, I just want to say one last thing.
Yeah.
I think, you know, if only, like, we had the pulling power of, like, bringing some people over from Australia just to be able to play things as well. Like, the Smash community was able to bring over people just because.
Just because. Like, they wanted to play.
Yeah.
I
And they
think
wanted
there's just, like, the nature of maybe the communities, whatever. Like, I don't want to... It seems like the Smash community is a bit younger, maybe. They're a bit more excited about life. Whereas we're a bunch of, late 20s, grumpy old men, whatever. And we just, like, can't be fucked a lot of the time. And I think that's kind of a worldwide thing.
I
Well,
guess
then
so.
as well, like if
So they're not
big
excited just
tournaments.
for the communities, you know. Like if we want to go somewhere, we want to go somewhere bigger and better. Whereas for the Australians, you know, it's kind of for them to come over for a New Zealand event, they must be thinking, "Wow, it's just an event. I just want to go to all the events I possibly can," you know, that kind of thing.
Yeah, because if you think about it, like they haven't had big events before, really. Like in terms of Oceania, at least.
Who's that?
Mm-hmm.
Like there were no big New Zealand Smash tournaments until last year, really. Well,
I
the year
don't
Are you
really
before,
talking
know
about?
when
Are you
we
talking
started
about
hosting Melee.
Oceania, or are you talking about New Zealand?
Oh, like I don't know entirely about Oceania, but like I mean, they weren't included in other main tournament, like major events. I know that.
Fuck.
Like they weren't entirely included in like OHN and Shadowloo Showdown and stuff until later.
Until how late though? Because I remember in
I'm
2011,
just saying, like,
Smash was still like pretty big over in Australia at that time. So
yeah. I'm just saying, like, especially for us, like, it's just new, right? Like, it's new to them. It's like when Street Fighter 4 came out, and we were all like, fucking keen to go to everything.
Right. Yeah. True. I see what you mean. Like the
It's
whole
just,
idea of
yeah,
tournaments
like, I'm
and
not
stuff
trying to
being
shut
a
up.
big thing.
Just saying
But the
that,
game
like,
was around.
yeah, but I mean,
And
like,
people were playing
like
it
you have to think,
competitively, but there wasn't the. Yeah, I get what you mean.
for us, it's like suddenly we have like 30 third strike players like just want to play and they're trying to play properly, and we'd be like, you know, we'd be hype as.
Yeah. Yep.
okay. But speaking about hype, man, Street Fighter 5 didn't seem so hype while watching it.
It's hype if you play it, but it's not hype.
It's like
if you
anything,
play
Stu.
It's one
This
of
is a
those games.
stupid conversation because you have to invest in something to enjoy it.
No,
And
no.
you put zero investment into it, so you can't really talk on it.
I'm talking about what I actively saw while watching other people stare at a monitor or stare at a projector, watching the top 4 or how many people actually were able to play at the end of that night. Just seemed like I don't know if it was
for
the
me.
time.
I thought all the matches I watched, I didn't think you were watching the same game as me because I think everyone was pretty excited with the top 8.
I'll post a video of me and Dave sitting at the back while watching some of these matches. So, but anyway,
I don't think that's entirely.
I think the main issue of that one was probably just because of the time, because it was like a late time.
Yeah.
But like
Straight
I
up,
think
if you
I wonder
showed
if
me
everyone
those
was just
games
more
at,
like
like,
wanting to
3
learn like technology than actually end up being hype about things. Like I did see that there was who was playing Laura? There's somebody that was playing Laura that people were getting hyped about, and then also Rumble playing.
It's just
Dafford?
Waiting, or was it?
I think it was
Dafford?
I think it was Dafford.
Right.
I I think it must be like character specific on what people were enjoying at the time.
Right. But that's simple because people don't understand the game necessarily all that much. So they just see exciting things like health meters going down really fast, which is what happens when Mika and Laura play. Like,
Yeah.
and same as people getting hyped about like Soul Zangief things. They were awesome, but you know, there's other stuff to get excited about, but that comes with I think some of the some of the stuff that Andy and Rumble were doing, besides just the mix-ups and that, were really quite impressive. But maybe other people aren't seen that.
I
I
just
don't know.
think some of the options that both of those guys chose and like the neutral and the footsies and whatever is like so cool.
Exactly.
You're just like I was watching Andy play again too, and some of the stuff he did here, I was just like, ooh.
Hmm.
And I was like hyped, but you know, for people who haven't put time into the game, like you said, it's just like Andy did a neutral jump, and you're
Mhm.
like, fuck, I do neutral jumps when I play. People think
Yeah.
like that. It's like a little bit retarded, but you know, because I'm like, oh
It-
shit, that
I don't know.
right?
It's a more exciting game than Street Fighter 4 was. Street Fighter 4 did get quite interesting, but I think the pace of the game, maybe sometimes it's a bit slow, but at the moment, but that's only just because people aren't so familiar with it. But when you got two good players playing, it's generally pretty. The games go fast and they're
Um,
pretty explosive.
yeah, I think like the neutral in this game, like it's not as like Street Fighter 4 kind of had like a bit of a more balls deep factor in the neutral, like especially towards the end when more characters like got more shit they could do with their bar and stuff. And so like the
Ooh.
neutral Street Fighter 4, like in the end, a lot of the time, especially at our level, it kind of looked like two dudes doing something, and then suddenly like BAH! And like depending, a lot of the characters in Street Fighter 5 are kind of like tap 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 because there's no Oki and like there's Oki, but you know what I mean. Like there's no real set
Oh,
play. Like,
I don't really see that, but mm, I see it as kind of different. Like, I watch Street Fighter 4 matches now, and it's like people are just basically stuck to the ground playing footsies most of the time, which is one of the big
uh,
um,
yeah,
complaints people are having with Street Fighter 5 is they feel like the footsies have actually been dumbed down. And it might be true.
What? That
I
is
don't know.
not true. It's like people are being forced to do
And,
footsies in their game now in a way that is
oh, I don't know, man.
like
I feel like people are
outside of
trading
the.
in footsies for dashes.
Oh yeah, I mean, because that's what happens with all Dash games at the moment. But to be honest, I mean
But you had
it's
dashes in Street Fighter 4, but they were just that little bit slower that you couldn't use them like that. But in Street Fighter 5, it's actually pretty hard to play a standard footsies game.
yeah,
It's actually I don't know. It's not because it's because like certain things just don't quite work like they like in terms of the way like the recovery on some of the medium normals and stuff like that is a bit fast. So with punishing and that is kind of I don't see a lot of that going on. I see a lot more of it happening in Street Fighter 4 than I do in Street Fighter 5. So it's interesting. I don't know. It's funny how everyone talks about footsies in Street Fighter 5, but I feel like they've actually gone a bit south since Street Fighter 4 at the moment.
okay.
Yeah, I know that's what everyone talks about in Street Fighter 5, but I think if you really like step back and look, it's not quite the case.
Okay, interesting observation.
I think you got a lot far more people just wanting to get in there and blow up the other person.
yeah.
And I think it's the best way to play the game at the moment until people get more familiar with it. Any, where's Segway Dave?
Segway Dave.
The
No idea.
segue Dave into thing.
Is there anything else you wanted to talk about?
No, there's basically 30 minutes. Still talking about
Okay, yeah.
the
That's
shortcomings
The
of
tournament.
First Blood.
I was, I I was like, oh, it's gonna be a short one, and I was like,
Nothing else to talk about really. Street Fighter 5 update, get hyped, Stu doesn't play.
Nah, there's stuff that
No
I do want
Alex
to talk
trailer.
about. It's just that you guys might be sad about it and such, so I'll just pass on it.
We should
What's
just
that?
wait
What's that?
to next week. Just save them
Yeah.
all up for a non-Street Fighter episode, Stu.
I guess
Oh,
so.
next weekend is actually like nothing happening, yeah. Really.
There's nothing really happening.
Alex
No
comes out
majors
and
or
that's
anything.
it.
Alex
Oh,
will come
Alex
out,
doesn't
but hey,
come out.
whatever. We'll just be like, oh, he's cool, or oh, he's dumb.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about non-Street Fighter stuff next week. Is that alright, Big Daddy Stu?
Ooh, yeah, I guess so.
Daddy Stu.
I do want to say,
Yeah.
you know, good stuff to all the people that did compete. There was like 64 players. All good on them.
Mm-hmm.
You guys are all mean.
Well,
Good shit to Dave and the crew. Like even though we're ripping on the tournament a bit much, it's still awesome.
That was like hiccups.
Just
It was
just little
big.
things. We're being critical because we want it to be even better. It's not because we
Dave knows we don't hate it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we would have been like, I definitely would have just been like, Dave, the fuck. But
yeah.
no reason for that. It was good overall. And I was tired, man. Like it was late, and I was tired. I never could sleep. Blah blah blah.
but you lost real early in the day.
No, that's what I mean. Like I came into that tournament feeling like shit.
Oh, okay.
Darren called me out on it like an hour into the tournament. He's just like smooth.
So, thanks for joining us on this Hate It Late. It was a short one. It was mainly focusing on Street Fighter V and First Blood. But I hope you join us next week when we talk about other things non-Street Fighter V related. So until then,
I like
see you later.
food and drinks.
Indeed.
Yeah, this-
And the KFCs
See ya.
that I did not have.